Coming up on Bayou Time, today's news with Brittany Hebert, your phone calls, TGMC to your health segment with Dr. Bob Gamble on cervical cancer month this January, and also Stan Gravois in sports. All that up next on Bayou Time.
Deep in the heart of the bayou, we are gathered here tonight. Now it's time for action, 'cause our lives are on the line. Tonight we'll do our very best to break through all the bureaucratic mess. The time has come tonight, 'cause it's Bayou time. Show what Louisiana's all about.
This Bayou Time is hosted by local attorney Jimmy DeGate.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jimmy DeGate. Thank you for staying tuned and watching Bayou Time. We always appreciate that. As we indicated at the top of the show, we have a good program scheduled for you tonight. We're going to have today's news with Brittany Hebert, and after that, we're going to have a lot of time for your phone calls, and we can talk about the topic of your choice. Now it looks like people are getting back into the groove after the holidays, and we'll see what you would like to talk about. And, of course, any subject that you wish, we can talk about it. You can make comments, and we'll see if anyone else wants to pick up on that same topic. Also, to your health with TGMC, Shawnee Borgard. I actually had interviewed Dr. Bob Gamble, who's an oncologist here at Terrebonne General Medical Center, Mary Bird Perkins Center, Cancer Center, and he'll be talking about cervical cancer month, which of course is in January. And later on in the program, Stan Gravois in sports. He'll probably have a lot of news going on. Of course, the Hornets have kind of moved into play a little bit. They're starting to look a little better now that they have everybody back. And I'm sure Stan will have a lot of other sports-related stories as well. He may even mention about the Hall of Fame vote, and I'll just save that for him later. There was a vote today, actually, for the Hall of Fame in baseball, and he'll probably have some interesting news to pass on and some sports for that. But right now, let's first go to today's news with Brittany Hebert.
Lafourche Parish deputies arrested a fugitive who had 6 warrants for his arrest with bonds totaling over $50,000 Tuesday after deputies found him hiding under a bed following a foot pursuit. Just before 2 p.m. Tuesday was when deputies spotted Albert Coleman III outside a residence in the 600 block of Market Street. Deputies attempted to approach Coleman, but Coleman ran inside the residence, escaped from the back, and began running towards St. Louis Street. A short time later, deputies found Coleman hiding under a bed. He was arrested without incident for warrants for 2 counts of distribution of crack cocaine, domestic abuse battery with child endangerment, domestic abuse battery involving strangulation with child endangerment, home invasion, and contempt of court for failure to pay child support. He was also booked with resisting an officer. Coleman's prior criminal history dates back to 1998 and includes 15 prison stays. The Christmas spirit continued to spread Wednesday morning when several truckloads of donated Christmas trees were used to help the wetlands in South Louisiana with erosion.
Today we are placing our Christmas trees that were collected by Terrebonne Parish residents into our cribs, which are on the north bank of the Intracoastal Canal in the Mandalay National Wildlife Refuge. We have about 20 students from the University of Buffalo, New York, who are helping us with the project. We collected about 5 truckloads of Christmas trees from Terrebonne Parish residents between January 1st and January 8th, and those are the trees that we're placing here today.
The students from the University of Buffalo, New York were culture shocked by Louisiana's famous Southern hospitality, but they were even more surprised by the damage our lands experience year after year from storms.
We hear about hurricanes up north, like see it on the news, weather, but it's kind of far out for us. It's 1,000 miles away. And so when we come down here, you really get to feel the essence of what happened here, and that even though we're so far away, we can come down here and help out just a little bit.
Director of Coastal Restoration and Preservation, Nick Mathern, explained what these donated trees actually do for our wetlands.
The project works to where the trees not only break wave action, but also act as a sediment retention barrier to not only prevent erosion, but also collect sediment that we can eventually have emergent land building behind the cribs.
This 20-year program has been proven that it makes an improvement with erosion.
Satellite imagery has shown historically that the project is doing a good job of not only protecting the land but allowing some emergent marsh to revitalize itself. Especially if you look on satellite imagery after a storm, you can see adjacent areas of land that have blown out or washed away, whereas the area behind the cribs have been protected and have been able to collect sediment that comes in with the storm surge.
The program is slated to continue for years to come, so those who were unaware of this project this year can remember to save and donate their real Christmas trees next year. For HTV10, I'm Brittany Hebert.
All right, certainly a good idea. Anytime we can do and anything we can do to help out our coastal erosion situation, it's always good. So commend everybody who was involved in that particular project. What we're going to do now, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go straight to your phone calls. Again, it's going to be the topic of your choice. I know that if you're watching us live, there's some forecasted weather that's supposed to actually come more tomorrow, later tonight and tomorrow morning, but we'll have to get into that a little later. But right now, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'd like to hear directly from you on the topic of your choice. Don't go away. We'll have much more here tonight on Bayou Time.